The political world was set ablaze last night when former President Donald Trump, during a fiery rally in Florida, launched a direct and shocking attack on Governor Ron DeSantis. In what many are calling the most sensational moment of his post-presidency speeches, Trump referred to DeSantis as a wannabe, igniting a public feud that threatens to fracture the Republican Party ahead of the 2024 election. The rally, held in front of a raucous crowd of thousands, was supposed to be a showcase of Trump's continued dominance in GOP politics. However, the event took an unexpected turn when Trump veered off his prepared remarks to address rumors of DeSantis' potential presidential ambitions. With his signature bravado, Trump called out the Florida governor by name, declaring, "Ron DeSanctimonious, they call him. You know what I call him? A wannabe. A wannabe me." The crowd erupted with mixed reactions, some cheering Trump's remarks, others visibly uncomfortable. "Ron thinks he's ready for the big leagues," Trump continued, pacing the stage and gesturing dramatically. "But let me tell you something, folks. There's only one Donald J. Trump, and nobody does it better. Nobody." The remark was just the beginning of a tirade that lasted nearly 10 minutes, during which Trump accused DeSantis of riding his coattails to political success. "He wouldn't even be governor without me," Trump claimed. "I made him. And now he thinks he can challenge me? It's sad, really." While Trump's base largely cheered his comments, the moment has sent shockwaves through Republican circles. DeSantis, who has thus far avoided direct conflict with Trump, has built his brand as a staunch conservative leader, earning national recognition for his handling of Florida's COVID-19 policies and culture war battles. Many viewed DeSantis as a rising star in the GOP, perhaps even the party's next presidential nominee. Trump's public attack on DeSantis has now forced a reckoning within the Republican Party. Some see it as a calculated move to assert his dominance, while others view it as a self-destructive act that could divide the party. "This is exactly what the Democrats want," said one Republican strategist anonymously. "We're supposed to be focused on beating Biden, not fighting each other." DeSantis has yet to respond publicly to Trump's remarks, but insiders say his team is furious and working on a strategy to address the fallout. "Ron has been respectful of Trump, even when it's been difficult," said a source close to the governor. "This is a betrayal, plain and simple." Political analysts are divided on the implications of Trump's comments. Some believe the former president is testing the waters, gauging how much support he can maintain if he openly challenges DeSantis. Others argue that Trump's remarks could backfire, alienating voters who are looking for a new leader to take the party forward. The rally has also sparked a firestorm on social media, with hashtags like #Trump vs. DeSantis and #GOP Civil War trending nationwide. Trump supporters have doubled down on their loyalty, praising him for calling out what they see as disloyalty from DeSantis. Meanwhile, DeSantis's backers have accused Trump of undermining the party for personal gain. Conservative media outlets are already weighing in, with Fox News devoting an entire segment to the incident. Some pundits have defended Trump, arguing that he's simply defending his record and asserting his leadership. Others, however, have warned that infighting could spell disaster for the GOP in 2024. The Democratic Party, unsurprisingly, is reveling in the drama. Prominent Democrats have taken to social media to mock the feud, with some calling it a gift for President Biden. "If Trump and DeSantis want to tear each other apart, we'll gladly watch from the sidelines," one Democratic strategist quipped. For Trump, the attack on DeSantis is a high-stakes gamble. While he remains the most influential figure in the Republican Party, his grip on power has been questioned in the wake of the 2022 midterms, where many of his endorsed candidates underperformed. By targeting DeSantis, Trump is making it clear that he views the governor as his biggest threat, and he's not afraid to take him on publicly. DeSantis, however, is no stranger to political battles. Known for his sharp rhetoric and calculated strategies, the Florida governor has built a loyal following of his own. Some believe that Trump's attack could actually boost DeSantis' standing, casting him as a leader strong enough to challenge the former president. As the fallout from Trump's remarks continues to unfold, the Republican Party finds itself at a crossroads. Will the feud between Trump and DeSantis escalate into an all-out war, or will cooler heads prevail? And what does this mean for the 2024 presidential race, where both men are expected to be key players? The rally, which was intended to energize Trump's base, has instead highlighted the deep divisions within the GOP. With DeSantis emerging as a potential rival, Trump's comments have set the stage for what could be one of the most contentious primary battles in modern political history. As the dust settles, one thing is clear: the battle lines have been drawn. Whether this feud will strengthen or weaken the Republican Party remains to be seen, But for now, the drama is far from over. Stay tuned as the political fireworks continue to light up the 2024 landscape. The fallout from Trump's incendiary comments about Ron DeSantis has taken on a life of its own, dominating political headlines and sparking heated debates within the Republican Party. As news of the rally spreads, GOP members are being forced to choose sides in what is quickly becoming a high-stakes battle for the future of the party. Supporters of Trump argue that his comments were justified, portraying DeSantis as ungrateful for the former president's support. "Trump put Ron on the map," said one attendee of the rally. "If he's thinking about challenging Trump in 2024, he deserves to be called out." However, not everyone in the party shares this view. Many Republicans, particularly those focused on unity and electability, are concerned that Trump's attack could do lasting damage. "This is exactly what we don't need right now," said one GOP fundraiser. "Infighting like this only helps the Democrats." DeSantis himself has remained silent on the issue, but insiders suggest that his team is carefully weighing its options. A direct response could escalate the feud, potentially alienating Trump's loyal base, but staying silent risks appearing weak. "It's a lose-lose situation," one strategist close to DeSantis admitted. "Trump's words carry weight, and they can't be ignored." Behind the scenes, Republican leaders are reportedly working to de-escalate the situation. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell has privately urged both Trump and DeSantis to avoid public attacks, emphasizing the importance of party unity. "If we're divided, we lose," McConnell is said to have told close allies. The incident has also caught the attention of other potential 2024 contenders, many of whom see the Trump-DeSantis feud as an opportunity to carve out their own lane in the primary. Figures like Nikki Haley and Mike Pence have remained relatively quiet, but their teams are undoubtedly watching closely. Conservative donors are also expressing concerns. While many have supported both Trump and DeSantis in the past, the feud has forced them to reassess their priorities. "The last thing we want is a bloody primary that leaves the party fractured," said one prominent donor. "We need to find a way to move forward together." On social media, the battle between Trump and DeSantis supporters is heating up. Pro-Trump accounts have been sharing memes and videos mocking DeSantis, while DeSantis's defenders have countered with posts highlighting his successes as governor. The hashtags #Trump versus DeSantis and #GOP divide have trended for days, reflecting the intensity of the debate. Democrats, meanwhile, are seizing the moment to amplify the chaos. President Biden's campaign team has reportedly begun drafting ads that highlight the Republican infighting, framing it as proof that the GOP is unfit to govern. "If they can't even agree with each other, how can they lead the country?" one potential slogan reads. Political analysts are divided on the implications of the feud. Some believe that Trump's comments will solidify his dominance over the GOP, forcing DeSantis to think twice about challenging him. Others argue that the attack could backfire, making Trump look petty and opening the door for DeSantis to position himself as the party's future. The feud has also reignited debates about loyalty within the Republican Party. Trump has long demanded unwavering support from his allies, and his remarks about DeSantis suggest that he views any potential challenge as a betrayal. "Trump sees the GOP as his party," said one political analyst. "Anyone who threatens that is going to face his wrath." DeSantis, however, is no ordinary rival. As governor of a key swing state, he has built a reputation as a tough, effective leader who isn't afraid to take on controversial issues. His handling of COVID-19 policies, in particular, has won him national attention, making him a formidable contender for the presidency. Some Republicans believe that Trump's attack on DeSantis reflects a deeper insecurity. "Trump knows that Ron is a real threat," said one former Trump advisor. "That's why he's going after him now, before he officially announces anything." The feud has also exposed generational divides within the GOP. While older, more traditional Republicans tend to favor Trump, younger conservatives are increasingly drawn to DeSantis, seeing him as a fresh face with a more polished approach to Trump's populist style. As the days go on, the pressure on DeSantis to respond is mounting. Some of his supporters have called on him to hit back, arguing that silence could be interpreted as weakness. Others, however, believe that staying above the fray will ultimately benefit him, allowing Trump to appear as the aggressor. Trump, for his part, has shown no signs of backing down. In a series of posts on his social media platform, he doubled down on his remarks, calling DeSantis disloyal and accusing him of trying to ride the MAGA wave without giving credit where it's due. The feud has also drawn comparisons to past Republican primary battles, particularly Trump's infamous clashes with figures like Jeb Bush and Ted Cruz during the 2016 campaign. However, many believe that the stakes are even higher this time, given the party's uncertain future and the looming 2024 election. For voters, the feud is both entertaining and concerning. While some enjoy the spectacle, others worry that the division could weaken the GOP's chances of retaking the White House. "We need to focus on the issues, not this drama," said one Florida voter. "The Democrats are laughing at us right now." The controversy has also raised questions about the role of the media in fueling political conflict. Some conservatives have accused liberal outlets of amplifying the feud to hurt the GOP, while others argue that Trump himself is to blame for creating the spectacle. As the Republican Party grapples with the fallout, some members are calling for a broader conversation about its direction. "This is a moment of reckoning for the GOP," said one Republican strategist. "We need to decide who we are and what we stand for." Despite the chaos, both Trump and DeSantis remain immensely popular within the party, making it unlikely that either will back down. For now, the feud has become a defining moment in Republican politics, setting the stage for what could be one of the most contentious primary battles in modern history. As the days unfold, all eyes will be on DeSantis to see how he responds. Will he confront Trump directly, or will he take the high road? And how will Trump's base react if the feud escalates further? These questions loom large as the Republican Party navigates this unprecedented conflict. The stakes could not be higher. With the 2024 election fast approaching, the GOP must find a way to reconcile its internal divisions or risk handing the Democrats an advantage. For now, the Trump-DeSantis feud remains a vivid reminder of the challenges facing the party as it seeks to define its future. Stay tuned as this story develops, because one thing is certain: the battle between Trump and DeSantis is far from over. Whether it leads to a stronger, more unified GOP or a party torn apart by infighting, the outcome will undoubtedly shape the course of American politics for years to come. The feud between Donald Trump and Ron DeSantis has become the defining political drama of the moment, leaving the Republican Party grappling with an identity crisis. What began as a calculated remark at a rally has snowballed into a full-blown conflict, with ramifications for the GOP's unity, messaging, and strategy heading into the critical 2024 election season. DeSantis, often touted as the GOP's rising star, has found himself in an unenviable position. Despite his popularity among conservatives, the governor now faces the wrath of Trump's fiercely loyal base. Political insiders suggest that DeSantis' team is working behind the scenes to gauge how his supporters are reacting to the feud and to craft a response that maintains his momentum without alienating Trump voters. At the heart of the conflict lies a broader question: who truly embodies the future of the Republican Party? Trump, with his bombastic rhetoric and unparalleled charisma, has dominated the GOP since 2016. However, DeSantis offers a different brand of leadership, equally conservative but more disciplined, calculated, and appealing to voters looking for a Trump-light alternative. Within hours of Trump's comments, conservative media outlets began speculating about DeSantis' potential response. Some pundits have urged him to confront Trump head-on, arguing that standing up to the former president could elevate his stature. Others, however, believe DeSantis should avoid direct confrontation, instead focusing on his record as governor to demonstrate his leadership. One thing is certain: the stakes could not be higher. Both Trump and DeSantis are widely seen as frontrunners for the 2024 Republican presidential nomination. Any sign of weakness or miscalculation in this feud could have far-reaching consequences for their political futures, and for the GOP as a whole. Republican voters are already taking sides. At a recent DeSantis event, one attendee voiced frustration with Trump's remarks. "I respect what Trump did as president, but attacking DeSantis like this is beneath him," the voter said. "We should be working together, not tearing each other apart." Trump supporters, however, are rallying behind him with fervor. "Ron should stay in his lane," said a die-hard Trump fan at the Florida rally. "Nobody beats Trump. Nobody. He built this movement, and anyone who tries to take it from him will fail." The conflict has also reignited debates about loyalty within the GOP. While Trump demands unwavering allegiance from his allies, some argue that the party must embrace new voices to remain competitive. "This is bigger than Trump or DeSantis," said a Republican strategist. "It's about the future of conservatism in America." Democrats, meanwhile, are enjoying the spectacle, using the feud to highlight Republican disarray. President Biden's campaign team has reportedly begun incorporating the conflict into their messaging, emphasizing the GOP's internal divisions to contrast with the Democrats' calls for unity. On social media, the feud has taken on a life of its own. Pro-Trump memes mocking DeSantis as wannabe Trump have gone viral, while DeSantis supporters have circulated clips of the governor's successes in Florida as a counter-narrative. The hashtags #Trump vs. DeSantis and #MAGA feud continue to trend, with no sign of cooling down. Amid the chaos, some GOP leaders are urging the party to focus on the bigger picture. "This is not the time for infighting," said one Republican senator. "We have a real opportunity to take back the White House in 2024, but only if we work together." The feud has also raised questions about Trump's ability to unify the party. While his base remains steadfastly loyal, some moderates and independents are growing weary of his combative style. DeSantis, by contrast, has cultivated an image as a pragmatic leader capable of delivering results. For DeSantis, the challenge is twofold. He must defend himself against Trump's attacks while avoiding the appearance of disrespecting the former president. Striking this balance will be critical as he navigates the treacherous waters of GOP primary politics. Meanwhile, Trump shows no signs of backing down. In subsequent rallies and social media posts, he has continued to criticize DeSantis, accusing him of being disloyal and ungrateful. "I made him, and now he thinks he can challenge me?" Trump wrote in a post that quickly went viral. DeSantis's allies have countered by highlighting his record of achievements, from Florida's economic growth to his handling of contentious cultural issues. "Governor DeSantis doesn't need anyone's endorsement to prove his worth," said one supporter. "His record speaks for itself." The feud has also sparked a wave of commentary from political analysts, many of whom see the conflict as a microcosm of the GOP's identity crisis. "This is a battle for the soul of the Republican Party," said one commentator on a primetime news show. "Is it Trump's party, or is it time for a new generation of leadership?" The Republican National Committee has so far remained silent on the feud, likely wary of alienating either camp. However, some insiders believe that the RNC will eventually need to intervene to prevent the conflict from spiraling further out of control. For now, both Trump and DeSantis appear to be digging in their heels, setting the stage for a potential showdown in the 2024 Republican primary. While Trump's dominance in the GOP remains undeniable, DeSantis's rising star suggests that the race could be far more competitive than initially anticipated. The feud has also drawn comparisons to past Republican rivalries, such as the contentious 2016 primary battles between Trump and figures like Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio. However, many believe this conflict is different, given Trump's post-presidency influence and DeSantis's growing national profile. For voters, the feud is both fascinating and frustrating. Some see it as a healthy competition that will ultimately strengthen the GOP, while others fear it will alienate key demographics and weaken the party's chances in 2024. As the drama unfolds, the focus will inevitably shift to other potential challengers. Figures like Nikki Haley, Mike Pence, and Tim Scott could benefit from the Trump-DeSantis feud, positioning themselves as unifying alternatives within the party. Ultimately, the outcome of this conflict will depend on how both Trump and DeSantis navigate the coming months. Will Trump's attack succeed in sidelining DeSantis, or will the governor emerge as a credible challenger to Trump's dominance? The stakes extend beyond the GOP primary. If the party fails to unify behind a strong candidate, it risks handing Democrats an advantage in the general election. This reality is not lost on party leaders, many of whom are urging caution and calling for cooler heads to prevail. As the Republican Party grapples with this unprecedented conflict, one thing is clear. The Trump-DeSantis feud is more than a battle of egos. It's a defining moment for the GOP, one that will shape its trajectory for years to come. For now, the political world watches and waits, eager to see how this high-stakes drama will play out. With both Trump and DeSantis refusing to back down, the stage is set for one of the most contentious primary seasons in modern American history. Stay tuned, because this story is far from over. The battle between Trump and DeSantis promises to be a spectacle like no other, with implications that will reverberate far beyond the 2024 election.